This movie had great action.
It had everything.
It had great CGI.
He should die in some of these scenes, though.
Oh, yeah. Before this movie comes out, is I have heard who Robert Downey was, and I knew he had like drug problems. I knew he went into rehab, and I knew that he was like a big actor from maybe like the late 90s and around there, right? So I watched it and I really, really loved it.
You can tell this is like pre-Disney because it just opens up with a sex scene. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah,
right?
This is like the Marvelification of reality. They're talking about like rated R stuff, but they're PG-13-ifying. He's just a egotistical hotshot. He's an Elon Musk with a little less Asperger's.
Yeah, you don't know what to expect in this movie. This is 07. What was coming out in 07?
08.
This is like 08. So this is like right in the middle of Harry Potter.
Well, I guess it's at the tail end of those, right?
Tail end, but like Harry Potter.
Like, you know what's coming out at the time? Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight's probably coming out around now.
They had the Hulk, the Eric Bana Hulk.
The Eric Bana, yeah. I remember watching that. I liked it, but when I watch it now, the cuts annoy the fuck out of me. They'll have, they made...
Oh, but I know what you're talking about.
They had the comic book, like, scenes where they'll section... I think they thought it was a cool idea.
Yeah, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
So I'm glad they took this movie, and it did work, surprisingly.
They didn't treat it like a comic book movie. They filmed it like just a regular movie.
With the possibility of maybe like a universe.
I think the best thing they did was they gave it realism. When he gets captured... he's in the tunnel and they show him. And then when they met Yusuf, they're helping him build the suit. It's showing you that how smart he was and how he could just take whatever was around him. He like MacGyvered the suit together. Yeah, Tony.
Yeah, Tony.
Tony was like MacGyvering the suit together. He turns the machine on and he breaks out like the suit.
The Iron Giant.
His whole escape was cool.
Yeah, it looks practical.
Yeah, but again, they went for realism.
Yeah.
Like, I really think that's why these movies worked. I really think that the reason Iron Man worked was because it was believable. To me, a guy really can make a suit made out of some type of metal that is bullets deflect. Yeah.
Bold choice. Bold director, bold actor. The whole phase one was so perfectly cast. When you're up here and then you start releasing the other stuff, like you have to watch like TV shows now, and it's not so good.
I'm 17. Look, at 17, I'm not watching cartoons anymore.
He's discovering his body.
I'm done. Yeah. I'm out of childish stuff. So for these comic book movies to come out,
guns and terrorists,
and be so good and badass.
Sex.
Yeah.
Sex in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
5 minutes. They really made these movies just badass. They didn't cater to any one audience. They just made them good.
I think out of all the origin stories, this is that they've shown on screen, like a true origin story. I think Steve Rogers actually shows a true origin story. Thor is already a god, not really an origin story needed there.
Right.
One of the things I was surprised about, like how Edward Norton was so good in that movie. He played that character better than the bumbling
Mark Ruffalo.
What? Tony, you lost another Superbot?
They got now, because Mark Ruffalo, I would not want to watch him alone in a movie.
Right.
He's always like kind of hunched over and he's kind of just like kind of whiny. What do you mean?
Tony!
Tony, we can't do that.
We can't, Tony. Now, it's funny. When I first saw this, I didn't think anything of it, nothing like that. But now the more I see it, the more it's like, okay, you can see.
That's just so weak looking.
Yeah. And he's like, don't put, it's like, boop, boop, boop. Oh, well, now I'm going into cardiac arrest.
Don't put it back in. Don't put it back in. What's wrong? Oh, nothing. I'm just going into cardiac arrest.
This is by far the best Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the best.
I really like the second one.
Not the shit on the second or third.
I don't like how the second one gets so much hate. The third one, I did not like.
The third one, they did that misdirection with the Mandarin, the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's why it was just a bad movie.
I wasn't a fan of the reveal.
Hey! Bloody hell.
Don't move.
I love Ben Kingsley.
The trailer for that movie.
Dude, and he looked like he was going to be a great villain.
It's so gross.
How was she supposed to pull it out?
That's what she said.
It was like attached to it. So
How deep does that hole go?
That's what she said.
Another good character in this movie, Jarvis. Is it Jarvis?
Yeah, it's Jarvis.
Hand.
Yeah. I knew who it was immediately.
I had no idea.
Because I was a huge fan of A Knight's Tale. I knew it was him because I loved A Knight's Tale, and I was like, oh my God, they got Paul Bettany. The pacing of this was so good. I remember this movie was funny. This movie had great action.
It had everything.
It had great CGI.
He should die in some of these scenes, though.
Oh, yeah.
Kill power.
He splats across the room over the wall.
It is so fast. Yeah. He's like, boom.
Yeah, it goes from 0 to 100.
The humor was just really good.
I can't imagine anybody else playing this role in 2008. I wonder who else, maybe they considered.
I had saw that when he read, he's Tony.
Yeah.
I think it was a struggle to get the studio to accept letting him read for it. And then when he did, they were like, you're Tony Stark.
Yeah. This is when he has the suit.
Well, that's when he sees all his weapons being used.
He really gets from point A to B
very quickly.
Even at the speed he's going, that would still take hours and hours and hours sitting in that suit. Even he looks not CGI. He probably is.
Right, but he doesn't look it. Yeah. He looks, it looks real.
Yeah.
However they did it. The CGI in this looks very good. The
CGI in this time period is like, this is when Pirates is coming out.
What is it, Davy Jones?
Yeah, Davy
His Jones. CGI looks fantastic with all the tentacles and shit.
The CGI versus what's now, like with the She-Hulk and, some of the other questionable effects. I don't know what Hollywood's doing, but it's certainly...
Go back to whatever you're doing here.
They backpedaled a little bit.
Boom.
Pretty good shot.
And he gives one,
for a tank.
He gives one little rocket and it blows it up.
That, looks fucking real.
That looks good.
The noisy cricket.
The song they gave for him, tell you what, it's a lot better than...
Tony, it's me. It's me.
I'm in the suit.
I love Jeff Bridges in this movie. I just love his delivery. The bald head and the cigar.
Obadiah. Ironmonger. Ironmonger.
What's up?
Good ending.
It's a fantastic
Good
ending. And then it was the perfect way to kick off the MCU.